January 21, 2017. Pope Francis orders all Freemasons expelled after Knights of Malta surround President Trump. An Extraordinary Security Council (SC) report circulating in the Kremlin today states that an ongoing schism in the Roman Catholic Church has now reached full civil war status after the Order of Malta, Knights of Malta, leader in the U.S., Cardinal Timothy Dolan, shockingly presided over the inauguration prayer ceremony, the most elaborate in American history, yesterday of President Donald Trump by reading scriptures from the Freemasons' most holy book called the Wisdom of Solomon, immediately after which, Pope Francis ordered all Freemasons to be expelled from the church. According to this report, on February 18, 2016, Pope Francis publicly declared that Trump was not a Christian in order to influence the American election, thus leading the Security Council, on February 28, 2016, to stunningly reveal that then New York City billionaire Donald Trump was the leader of the Freemasonic forces retaking control of America to coincide with the 300th anniversary of their main lodge's founding in London on June 24, 1717, and whose members actually created the United States. With Freemason Trump winning the U.S. presidency, however, this report continues, Pope Francis discovered that, at least, 34 of the highest-ranking Order of Malta members in this U.S., as well as other highly ranked Roman Catholic Church officials, had supported America's new leader in his historic victory over the apostate Hillary Clinton, thus leading Pope Francis to order Cardinal Raymond Burke, November 2016, to clean out all of the Freemasons found in the Order of Malta, and a month later, December 2016, his creating of a commission to investigate everyone in the Order of Malta too. In what has been characterized as an extraordinary rebuke, however, this report notes, the Order of Malta in response to Pope Francis told him to stay out of their affairs, with Cardinal Burke further threatening Pope Francis with a formal act of correction if the pontiff, in essence, didn't back off. Most feared by Pope Francis about the Freemason forces being led by President Trump, this report explains, is how quickly they have ravaged the demonic globalization agenda the pontiff has long supported, and whose victories include the United Kingdom leaving the European Union, Brexit, Trump's victory in the U.S., and these Freemason forces now flooding back across the Atlantic to recapture France, and whose people, unlike those in America, still greatly fear these Freemason forces with their knowing of their true power and might. With Britain still struggling to comprehend a secret archive listing over 2 million Freemasons that reveals how their nation has been completely controlled by these forces since, at least, 1733, and will require a rewrite of their entire history, this report continues, it's including the secret Freemason membership of Prime Minister Winston Churchill is especially to be noted due to his grandsons, Winston Churchill Jr., being Freemason member too. As to why British Freemason leader Winston Churchill Jr. is to be particularly noted, this report explains, is due to his lifelong friendship with the American Freemason financier David Koch, who with his brother Charles Koch, and their private global corporate giant Koch Industries, have for decades not sought personal political power, but have, instead, laid the groundwork for their Freemason leader President Trump to retake control of the U.S., and whose secretive actions have been described as that even when Obama became president in 2009, it was just a blip on a master plan measured in decades, not election cycles. Astonishingly, though, this report says, the American people's ability to comprehend the truth of these Freemasonic forces now being led by President Trump. WikiLeaks was warned about this past year, and as revealed in the release of Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman John Podesta's emails, one of which written by Bill Ivey, chairman of the National Endowment for the Arts, NE, correctly predicted that Clinton could be defeated because these peoples were beginning to awaken from the brainwashing they'd long been subjected to, and who wrote, I'm certain the poll-directed insiders are sure things will default to policy as soon as the conventions are over, but I think not. And as I've mentioned, we've all been quite content to demean government, drop civics and in general conspire to produce an unaware and compliant citizenry. The unawareness remains strong but compliance is obviously fading rapidly. To how actually strong the unawareness of the American people is right now in their failing to see, or comprehend, what these Freemasonic forces are doing, and whom they are fighting, this report says, was shockingly portrayed in a 2015 study conducted by Microsoft that revealed the average U.S. person's attention is down to 8 seconds, which is less than that of a goldfish. But as to the compliance of them obviously fading rapidly, this report continues, is due to a growing mass of these American people failing to succumb to the virtual avalanche of propaganda being thrown at them by their fake news mainstream media generated by the over 213 George Soros-funded organizations, including the main, central one called the Shadow Party supporting the Bush-Clinton crime families, and that has already begun the process to impeach from office President Trump. As President Trump will today confront the CIA-led deep state coup against his Freemason forces attempting to retake control of a ravaged America, and though the outcome of this war remains uncertain, this report concludes, Pope Francis and his demonic globalist allies may, indeed, have met their match, and unlike what occurred at dawn on Friday, October 13, 1307, when these modern Freemasons Brothers of Solomon, known in the West as the Knights Templar, were eradicated by the Roman Catholic Church, it may not be as easy this time around. Special message from Sister Sayers: though age has dimmed my eyesight, it has not affected my mind, and as a young 18-year-old year novice in 1936, I remember well my distributing our Sorkefall pamphlets in my small German village of Remagen, warning of the strange and satanic rituals being performed by many of our military and political leaders. No one would believe such outlandish things as they were impossible to imagine, just like this report is, and the others below are too. So please let me advise you that just because a thing is too astonishing to believe, it does not make it untrue. My country learned this lesson much too late, yours doesn't have to.